So welcome back to the Gear Shift Chat. And today, well, we've got an update
We do.
on the Corsa VXR.
Part 2.
Yes, so, well,
This is an interesting car. And
Yeah.
it's got its problems, as everyone can see in the videos. So what actually happened in part 2 is the question.
part 2, well, if the viewers haven't already seen, spoiler alert, piston number 2
That's it?
shattered and put a hole in the engine.
Yeah. So what happened was it was just too much boost.
Mm-hmm.
Piston number 2 decided it's going to go in a million pieces. Went flying everywhere. Basically a small little bomb. And decided to bomb the engine. Became a holy engine.
And now we've got a Bluetooth piston.
We do. And a bent conrod.
And a
And a holy block.
So the plan, I think we mentioned it in that video, I don't know, is we're going to have to get a new block.
Yeah, so we have a new block there, whole
Mhm.
new engine, which we need to, well, I can just drop in effectively, but I want to rebuild it to obviously have a lot more power.
Yeah.
Because I think 190 horsepower is just not enough.
Like, if you had 190 horsepower, like, what's the point?
Yeah, in my opinion, 190 horsepower, it's quick in a car like that there, but personally I prefer at least 300. I mean,
Okay, well,
it's reasonable.
we may have to make the engine a bit stronger if that's the case.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm contemplating using fully forged internals, which will obviously allow us to get much higher horsepower. And there's people that have got up to things 500-600 horsepower currently. Now the internals I'm looking at, they should be able to hold up to things 260 odd horsepower per cylinder, which effectively means we could go to 1,000 brake. Now, issue is the gearbox can't even hold 400 horsepower. So how are we going to hold 400 horsepower or 1,000 horsepower and a gearbox can't hold 400? So busy thinking what we should do. I would love to go up to 1,000 brake, but in order to get to 1,000 horsepower, I'm going to have to change the gearbox to maybe like a Quaife gearbox,
Mm-hmm.
or really find a way to make it stronger, or have a very, very light foot until we get up to the speeds, of course. But obviously UK you can only do 70 miles an hour, so probably going to have to end up going with like a Quaife gearbox.
Yep.
Or maybe find a way to like dial the power down. So, not sure which way we want to go with, but yeah, we need to replace the block, replace the gearbox, and do a whole load of like modifications just to get it to like kind of be somewhat reliable. But
Yeah,
you know, in the last 2 years, I think it under 2,000 miles.
not a lot, no.
Going on 3 years now, so it's not the car's not had that
Yeah,
much
you've-
mileage.
you've had it for a while.
I've had it, yeah.
You know what we should do? We should make that car into a wee rally car.
Yeah, well, I was actually speaking to one of my friends, and he's somewhat convinced me.
I'm glad, because I tried to convince you, but you weren't having it. So I'm glad someone else could convince you.
Yeah, well, it would be the perfect car for it because we could go pretty quick.
Yep.
In it.
Yep.
It's light, it's small, it's nimble, it's got the Nürburgring Bilstein dampener suspension in it, so it's got the semi-slicks on it. It's got really, really good handling, just the power.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it would be very, very competitive to other cars. Like, I think one of the race cars got about 500 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we get to 1,000 horsepower, we should be competitive.
You know what I think the only thing we'd probably need to do is put a roll cage in it, but that couldn't be too hard.
I mean, we've got all the equipment to do it.
Yeah, put a roll cage in it, and that'll be amazing. And then we can, I'm sure if we would do that, that'll be a lot of fun.
I mean, I would like to keep it so like no one really knows what it is.
Yeah.
Like, just say a Corsa VXR. Maybe even debadge it. It'd be funny.
Oh yeah, debadge it and then remove the black bonnet, because the black bonnet kind of gives it away that it's not stock.
Well, do you know why the black bonnet's there?
Well, yeah.
Do they?
They do not.
Okay.
Give a story about that.
So, my Corsa is a very quick Corsa. Well, was a very quick Corsa. It was quicker than most cars. And the issue that I had was when you take it and you drive it relatively respectfully fast, the bonnet has a tendency to fly up and smash the windshield. Multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving on a racetrack. We're going and respectively fast. And the bonnet ripped the front part of the bumper out and smashed the windshield. It completely just flew up, smashed the windshield. And I was like, oh my gosh, where am I going? I can't see anything. It's daytime. Now it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Anyway, So that happened, and then what happened again was I just thought, well, maybe the bonnet latch had failed or something. So what we did was we replaced it, and it did it again. So at that point there, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna make sure this never ever happens again. So we replaced the bonnet again. So this is the third bonnet it has, and we put in a 10 millimeter thick metal bar across the entire front, which it latches onto, and we made sure it like latches extremely tight. And since then, no issues.
Was not lucky.
But I want to get pins anyway because I just don't trust it.
Yeah.
So I want to get pins that go up through the bonnet, and actually physically latch it in like a proper race car.
Mm-hmm.
But just
Well,
crazy.
that won't give it away, will it?
I mean, it would probably,
Yeah.
but it's safer than having the windshield smash up on you. It's really random when you're driving, right? Because you drive in, and you can see perfectly fine, and then like with the blink of an eye, it's just you can't see anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's like I don't know. It's like ever watch Deadpool when he's like flying through the windshield? It's just the windshield's flying towards.
It's been a while since I watched Deadpool.
But instead of like him flying through the windshield or flying somewhere and you're falling somewhere, it's flying towards you.
Oh yeah.
So it's like all the glass shards, and you end up coming out. It's like you got a million paper cuts. I was in shorts on a racetrack, and the windshield shattered. And I just remember when I got out of the car, there's just like a million like bits of glass stuck in my leg, and it took me hours to like pluck them all out.
I have some pictures of, I think the first time you did it, we'll put them on screen right now,
Yes,
of
actually.
actually what happened. That was 2 years ago, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Probably about the first time.
Probably about 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and then it happened again not so long after the first time.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months later.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this time it's held on.
Yeah, it's held on, but we've not really had a chance to
Yeah.
push it that much. We've only done a couple 100 miles in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't come out now because we've got the 10 mil thick like bar across the front of it. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to leave this podcast up to you guys. What do you think we should do with the Corsa VXR? Should we build it up to be stock 190 horsepower? Should we build it up to be 3, 4, 500 horsepower? Or should we try see if we can aim for the 1,000 horsepower? What do you think?
Well, I think...
Well, drop a comment.
I have an idea. How about we make... So the unholy engine, we'll make that into 1,000 horsepower. And then we'll see if we can fix the holy engine. Maybe.
Honestly, it'll just be cheaper to buy a new engine. Because what we'll have to do is we'll have to take the sleeves out. We'll have to re-sleeve it. We'll have to obviously weld the block up, which obviously is cast iron. So cast iron weld in. Was it cast iron or cast aluminium? I'm not sure actually. I think it's aluminium block actually. Yeah, it's aluminium block.
Okay.
Won't be as strong.
Okay, fair enough.
So I wouldn't like to. Well, it's possibly a good fix it. Maybe make it stock, but
Or we can make it into a old Top Gear coffee table.
yes,
That'd be cool.
could do that. Could be quite fun.
Yeah. So we could... Okay, how about this? We have one engine that has 1,000 horsepower, and we have another one.
Well, we'll try. We'll try hold 1,000.
Yeah, that's like a 300 horse, maybe.
Yeah, why are we gonna have two engines? Why are we're not gonna swap them out?
Well, you can have one to be like the track based, and you can have one as the...
I mean,
Is
another
it-
VXR.
So?
Let's get another one.
Oh, sure, it's easy to swap engines.
We'll get him a Corsa with 35 brake horsepower.
Oh my god,
your insurance?
imagine that, yes. Or what we could do is we could get a 4-door Corsa
Yeah.
and drop a 300 horsepower engine.
Yeah, because there's no 4-door VXRs.
There's no... That would be a fun wee project to make.
Custom building a
Custom
4-door
build it,
VXR.
yeah. A custom 4-door. But then at that point we'd have to put... Well, it'd sort of be a VXR, but sort of not.
Well, it would be a VXR.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you can get like a 4-door, like high mileage, non-functional Corsa, like
I'm sure, yeah.
for like under $1,000.
Probably, yeah. Scrapyard.
Yeah.
That
That'd
one that's had an engine blow or something.
Yeah. Or one that has just really high mileage. And
Yeah.
you know what we could potentially do is we could buy, if we buy like a good Corsa, we could take the engine out. You could probably sell the engine and make a wee bit of money back from it.
Probably, yeah. You seem to actually make more money if you strip a car down
Yep.
than selling it whole, which is weird to think
That's a
about.
funny thing. I don't understand that. Like
Yeah, the car's worth
yeah.
more in parts than it is worth by itself.
Stradman did that. He bought he's trying to fix his Lamborghini Gallardo, what he had twin turboed, and the company that twin turboed it ruined the engine and ruined the car.
Seriously?
Ruined it. And it took them 4 years to try and build it, and they completely, sorry for my French, but fucked it up. So so what he's done is he's bought a convertible yellow Gallardo, and now he's going to have to strip, sadly, a good one down and put the engine into it, which kind of sucks, but because it's a good working car, but I mean he wants his original car back, so fair enough to him.
That's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
like I say, it's cars at the end of the day.
Yeah,
They always have problems, always have something, and you're either gonna get a new part or you're gonna get a part from something else.
exactly.
That's
That's
all you
it.
can do.
Anyway,
But-
yes. So what's the next car we've got? It's a Jag.
It's a-
It's a Jag.
It's a Jaguar.
Jag.
It's a 4.2
Supercharged.
V8.
Rear-wheel drive. I mean, most Jags are rear-wheel
400
drive.
and something brake.
Yes.
Very, very, very fast.
Yes. Very comfortable.
Yeah.
So we'll on that bombshell. We'll end it here for tonight. We'll
Good
see you in
night.
the next one. Good night.
Adios, amigos.